Hello everyone, Darkblane here, back playing some more AFK Arena. And in this video, I want to look at Haelus's skills, signature item furniture, and engraving. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It'll help you get notified on when I post new videos. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying that he is a celestial hero. He's going to be intelligence-based type, and he's going to be support. I heard a lot about him being a ranger, but he's actually going to be a support hero, and his primary role is going to be buffer. So that's going to be interesting there to see what his skills look like. I'm going to start with his ultimate skill, Laws of Creation. Haelus forges an obelisk in front of himself, which is imbued with all of his own starting attributes, which is immune to control effects, and is able to mitigate 30% damage. The obelisk will deal 150% damage to the most injured enemy target, and based on the damage it deals, shall generate a shield for its most injured allied target, which is able to mitigate damage equal to at least 100% of the obelisk's attack rating. If this ultimate ability is used while an obelisk is already present on the battlefield, then the obelisk shall have its health fully restored and shall be leveled up once. Each time the obelisk is leveled up, its attack speed is increased by 15 points, its attack rating is increased by 15%, and its crit damage amplification is increased by 15 points. And with level 3 here, the obelisk will deal additional damage equal to 3% of the target's max health, but shall not exceed 120% of its own attack rating. So this ultimate ability sounds pretty good. Haelus will form an obelisk, and this obelisk will have a bunch of stats to it. It'll do damage to enemies, and it'll also grant a shield to allies as well. So this one sounds really good, and also the obelisk can level up and gain even more stats as well. So that one sounds pretty good, just some first impressions on the ultimate ability. And the second skill, Divine Projection. Haelus creates a divine cube and places it above the head of the ally with the highest combat rating, excluding himself, and grants them 15 life leech points if they are situated on the front line, or 15 crit damage amplification points if they are situated on the back line. The Divine Cube shall persist up until the affected ally suffers damage which is greater than 40% of their max health during a single attack. This ability cannot be used on summoned entities or allied targets that have already been granted a Divine Cube. And the level 2 and level 3 are based on allies' position. They'll be given stats based on allies' position. But I want to look at this level 4 here. Haelus's obelisk is bestowed a divine cube with all of its full effects from the start of battle until the end. So Haelus's obelisk will be given a divine cube for the entire duration of the battle, which is very good there. And also the cube itself gives allies specific stats based on where they're positioned on the battlefield, whether in the front line or in the back line. So yeah, this one also sounds good as well. I don't really like the life leech there. The life leech isn't really the best attribute, but yeah, overall it sounds really good. Looking at the third skill, Sphere of Craftsmanship, Haelus generates a divine shield for the most forward allied hero, which deals 260% AoE damage to any enemies within range, also granting the affected ally a shield that is able to mitigate 220% damage, which exists for 8 seconds. Level 2, Haelus also receives the same damage mitigating shield, and at level 3, value of the shield is increased to 240% of Granite's attack rating. I believe that is meant to say Haelus. I'm going to assume that is a typo, and that is meant to say Haelus there. Okay, so Haelus generates a divine field for the most forward allied hero, and it'll deal 260% AoE damage. And it'll also create a shield equal to 220% damage for 8 seconds. So I don't really like the shields in this game. I just feel like they last too short. I feel like they could make the shields last longer. But this 260% AoE damage sounds really good though. Yeah, this ability sounds decent at least. And for the Born Blessings ability, passive, when an ally receives any type of shield, the shield's value is increased by 20%, but cannot exceed 300% of Haelus' attack rating. Level 2, if any ally is using the shield granted by Haelus, they shall be immune to control effects. And at level 3, when any ally receives any type of shield, the shield's value is increased by 30%. So this one sounds okay at least. It's only increasing the shield's value by 20%, and 30% was level 3, so it's not really going to do much in my opinion, I don't think. But I think the real place lies in the level 2. If any ally is using the shield granted by Haelus, they shall be immune to control effects. That immune to control effects sounds really good there. But it's only occurring when the ally is using the shield granted by Haelus. So yeah, that's only happening when Haelus' shield is on. But it sounds, with this level 2, it sounds decent, just like the third skill. Okay, I'm going to look at the engraving here, see what the engraving has here. Sphere, craftsmanship. Enemies within range have their shields simultaneously dispelled. So any enemies within the range of this ability will not have a shield anymore. If the enemies have a shield, they will not have a shield, which that sounds pretty good. The only issue I have is actually having a situation where the enemies have a shield on. So I can see this one being situational, but overall this one sounds good. And this plus 60 engraving, when any ally possesses any type of shield, they shall recover 15 energy points per second. Each ally can recover up to 300 energy points as a result of this ability per battle. Haelus has no recovery limit. So the allies are getting 15 energy points per second, but they cannot exceed 300 energy points per battle. So the 15 energy points per second sounds really good, but I'm most interested in this last bit here. Haelus has no recovery limit. What I'm getting from that is that Haelus also receives energy, maybe, but he does not get this 300 energy point max. So if that's the case, this ability sounds really powerful. This ability sounds really good. It's plus 60 engraving. Okay, I'm going to look at the signature item here. The Peerless Obelisk. Signature item skill, Concealing Force. Haelus' ultimate ability, Obelisk, has its damage output increased by 10% and its shield value increased by 10%. With the plus 10, damage output is increased by 20%, shield's value is increased by 20%. The plus 20, the Obelisk now additionally attacks the nearest enemy target. And the plus 30, the Obelisk attacks now additionally reduce the target's energy regeneration by 25% for 5 seconds. Effects can be stacked 3 times. So this plus 20 and plus 30 signature item look really good, reducing the target's energy generation by 75% if you're able to max it 3 times. If you're able to stack it 3 times. 75% energy regeneration reduced. And also the Obelisk now additionally attacks the nearest enemy target, so the Obelisk will attack 2 enemies instead of 1. Yeah, so those two sound really good there. And now I'm going to look at the furniture, see what the furniture has here. As soon as the furniture loads here, we'll be able to look at it. There goes, regular repairs. The 3 of 3 may be used once per battle. At the start of a battle, Divine Cube is automatically created and placed above the head of the allied hero with the highest attack rating, excludes Haelus. So the only thing I see wrong here is that it's only used once per battle, but it's creating a Divine Cube at the start of battle and placing it with the highest attack rating ally, which that sounds pretty good. That second part sounds really good. And with the 9 of 9, Divine Cubes will no longer disappear as a result of suffering damage and will grant the cube's carrier a shield which can mitigate 270% damage once every 12 seconds. Now, the Divine Cube will not disappear because it's suffering damage, so hopefully the Divine Cube will last longer on heroes. But I honestly kind of like this shield because it's able to appear once every 12 seconds. This is how I feel shields should be made in this game. Create a shield once every X amount of seconds, in this case 12. So yeah, I kind of like this shield. We'll just have to see about how well that shield does. But this first part of this 9 of 9 sounds really good though. Okay, I'm going to move over to the Arena of Trials here, and I want to see how well he performs in at least the test one here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to the wooden dummy and begin battle. Okay, so he enters the battlefield here, and looks like that might be his shield. There's maybe the Divine Cube on top of the enemies there, or the allies, I mean. And there's the obelisk. And wow, that provide quite a bit of shield there. He's producing quite a few shields on the frontline heroes here. And there's the Divine Cubes once again on top of the allied heroes there. So far against these heroes, this is providing a pretty strong front line. That's actually looking really cool. Looks really good. And I believe the obelisk is leveling up there as well, so it's getting stronger. And it just attacked this enemy here. That looks really good. That honestly looks really cool. Okay, I'm going to go over to the Arena Guardian here. I'm just going to choose just some random heroes. I have a feeling he'll do best in the back line. I'm going to I guess I'll put those two up front there. And then let's do this, I guess. Put Rose in the middle. Let's go ahead and see what this does here. Let's go ahead and see how well this team performs. I can imagine this team will be a little bit laggier considering there's more heroes on the battlefield and more things are happening. Yeah, and just like I wanted Rose to go on to Haelus, which that's exactly what happened, which is good. Now I have two tanks in the front line here, so hopefully they'll be able to hold up the front line here. And there's a Divine Cube from Haelus there. Yeah, overall this is looking decent here. And there goes the obelisk there. Yeah, this battle isn't looking as laggy as I thought it would, but which is good. Yeah, I was just waiting to see if anything will really happen. They have Arthur in the front line, which is a very good tank. It's gonna take a little bit to take down that Arthur. And yeah, hopefully Haelus can ult before this obelisk dies. It looks like the obelisk will die though. Yeah, their team is doing a lot of crowd control. And there goes my Titus. Yeah, it looks like this team will not really do it, but that's fine. So yeah, that's the Arena of Trials there, and those are all the things I wanted to look at on Haelus. Overall, Haelus looks to be a pretty good hero. We'll just have to see how well he does with support. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment. Comment what do you think about Haelus? What do you think? Do you think he'll perform well? Where do you think he'll perform well? Yeah, just comment what do you think about Haelus here. And thank you guys for watching.